All right, so moving on to the final segment, we're going to pivot over here to the world of wrestling inside the WWE world, and I'll be sharing my WWE Elimination Chamber PLE prediction. So, as I record this segment, there's 4 slated matches to happen on the card. We'll start off with the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Now, the Women's Elimination Chamber match, you'll have Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Kiana James currently in the match. Now, there is one more final spot to be determined tomorrow night on Raw in a triple threat match between Raquel Rodriguez, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky to take the final spot of this year's Women's Elimination Chamber match. And I'm looking at it, I think Io Sky is going to win the triple threat match because she could be a very key ingredient for success for this Women's Elimination Chamber, because we know Io Sky is good at the risky, creative, high-risk spots in a quality match like the Elimination Chamber. You see her do it all the time in War Games matches over the years. I think she's going to do it in Elimination Chamber. But I think this Women's Elimination Chamber could possibly be better than the men's, just like the Women's Royal Rumble was better than the men's. I think there'll be several spots, several near falls, and a lot of drama at stake, because there's a world title shot on the line for the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber. But all signs are pointing to Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Valkyrie for the women's world title on Raw. So I think Jade Cargill will face the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber. I think it's going to be Tiffany Stratton. Do I want to see Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the women's title again? No. But what other choice does the women's division really have on the blue brand of SmackDown right now? I think they were putting all their eggs in Bianca Belair's basket. She's still unfortunately injured with the finger injury, just had surgery. She is rehabbing. I don't think we're going to see her back until summertime, possibly returning at SummerSlam. So you go with the next big thing. For SmackDown women's division, well, that would be Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton for the women's world title at WrestleMania 42. Next match, you have Becky Lynch defending her Women's Intercontinental Championship against AJ Lee. Now, I'm actually surprised that WWE is pulling the trigger this fast on this singles match and not waiting for us to get it for the first time at WrestleMania. Now, the rivalry has been building up for months. You had Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch tormenting CM Punk, and then CM Punk bringing his backup, his wife AJ Lee, returning back to the company after a 10-year hiatus. But since AJ Lee has been back, and the matches that we've seen her participate in, she's forced Becky Lynch to tap out twice. She did it at the WrestlePalooza Mixed Tag Team match. She did it at the Women's War Games match, a Survivor Series. And she also costed Becky Lynch her Women's Intercontinental Championship in November when she defended the title in Madison Square Garden against Maxine Dupree. So AJ Lee has been a thorn in Becky Lynch's side since she's returned to the company. I believe this match will be a lot of fun between these two women veteran wrestlers. I expect a lot of drama, and I expect the storytelling in this match to be that AJ Lee is questioning, can she defeat Becky Lynch in one-on-one competition? This is her first match in one-on-one competition in over 10 years. So I think Becky Lynch will retain the title here. I think it's going to be a way of Becky Lynch cheating in the final sequences of the match to retain the title, setting up for a highly anticipated rematch between herself and AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 42. Next match, you will have CM Punk defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor. Now, the story is all about Finn Balor heading into this match between himself and CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. The story is about Finn Balor chasing the dream of being a world champion again. Because if you guys remember, Finn Balor, in his first stint on the main roster back in 2016, he won the Universal title, defeating Seth Rollins at SummerSlam 2016. Unfortunately, 24 hours later, he was forced to vacate the Universal title due to injury, and he never became a world champion ever again. And he's chasing the dream of being a world champion again. Now, the story here is CM Punk did defeat Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship a month ago on an edition of Raw. But Finn Balor desperately wants this rematch to prove that he can be a world champion again and show that he could be viewed as an equal compared to his Judgment Day family of Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, that are having success right now. Liv Morgan just won the Women's Royal Rumble. Dominic Mysterio is a double champion holding the AAA World title and the Intercontinental title. So he still wants to prove he's valuable and World Championship material. But I think this match should be a lot of fun between CM Punk and Finn Balor. There should be a lot of good spots, several near falls. I think CM Punk will clearly retain the World Heavyweight Championship. I think you cannot add Finn Balor to the WrestleMania 42 main event between himself or between CM Punk and Roman Reigns for the title. We're not getting a Daniel Bryan story here, guys. I think Finn Balor is going to clearly lose, and then whether it's this Monday or the following Monday after Elimination Chamber or another week, the Judgment Day is going to turn on Finn Balor. They're going to banish him from the group. And I think that's going to set up for Finn Balor to bring back the Demon Persona to challenge Dominic Mysterio for the coveted Intercontinental Championship of WrestleMania 42. That is money. But, and to close out the segment, you had the men's Elimination Chamber match. Now, the men's Elimination Chamber match is stacked right now. You got names of Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, and Trick Williams in the mix right now. And the winner will face Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 42. Now, there is one more qualifying match slated to take place tomorrow on Raw between Bronson Reed, El Grande Americano, and Jey Uso. Now, I'm looking at the field here. I believe that Bronson Reed will win the match because the men's Elimination Chamber needs another valid heel in the match. And I also don't want to see Jey Uso yeeting all over the place during Elimination Chamber match. We need every second, every minute to be very crucial and the last pit stop on the road to WrestleMania. So no Jey Uso, no yeet for the Elimination Chamber. But I think this is going to be a fun match. I think this match is going to actually come down to Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton battling it out as the final two participants to see who will face Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. However, I think Cody Rhodes is going to win and challenge Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Now, if I was a booker, if I had the pen, sign me WWE. But if I had the pen, I would have Jacob Fatu, the following episode on SmackDown, just unhinged, just pissed off that he's not in a WrestleMania marquee match, take over the whole show, cause chaos, and force Nick Aldis' hand to add Jacob Fatu into the match between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship, making that a triple threat match for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 42. That's your night one's main event, chef kiss right there. But it just makes sense because WWE fans in the universe, the WWE universe, are fed up with seeing Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre feud one-on-one. You had the writing on the wall the whole time. Jacob costed Cody the WWE Championship in that 3 stages of hell match. Jacob was a part of Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre's mess over the last month or so on the Blueprint of SmackDown. It only makes sense to add Jacob Fatu somehow, some way into this feud for WrestleMania for the WWE title. Again, if I had the pen, I would book that. And it only makes logical sense because that's what you've been selling the fans for weeks. But that is my WWE Elimination Chamber PLE predictions. That is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.